Hey, it's July 5, Saturday, 12:43 p.m. I'm going to listen to a YouTube video, The Ancient Code Hidden in Your Chakras, DNA and Light Body, from the channel Cosmic Consciousness. 11,500K. Oh, that's 11,500 subscribers. Yeah, I'm going to listen to this, see what I think of it. There are so many of these channels putting out this info. I'm trying to keep an open mind about these things, but some of it is really suspect. Yeah, especially now that so many things are AI generated, AI written. Just a while ago, they had a computer generated older Japanese gentleman being the narrator. They had his picture, his form there, speaking. He had an Aussie accent. It's like, I'm not even gonna listen to this shit. That's really, if they had the best information ever to give to the human race, that's not how you present it. If you want to be believable in any fucking way, they just have a hell of a sense of humor. I skipped it. I mean, I started listening to it and I'm like, what are you doing? So, anyways, I'm going to try listening to a different one. The Ancient Code Hidden in Your Chakras. I'm not even sure I believe in chakras. I'm trying to. I don't know. DNA and Light Body. Let's give it a shot. All right.
The code you've always felt.
Turn down a bit.
You've always known something was wrong with this world. You've always felt like you didn't fully belong here. As if there was a higher frequency,
Yeah.
a forgotten memory, a code inside you trying to awaken. And maybe no one ever told you this, but that code is real. You carry an ancient spiritual technology. It's not outside of you. It's in your body, in your DNA.
I have ancient technology inside my body.
Between your cells.
Yeah.
Merkaba, the flower of life, the light race. These are not just concepts. They are your memories.
The light.
And the reason this video found you is because you are ready to remember. They'll call it coincidence.
This is not a good start.
But you know, nothing about this is random. Chapter 1.
Oh, yeah.
The Light Body, the Forgotten Divine Machine. You've always felt it, that there's something inside you that doesn't belong to this world.
Well, doesn't everybody have a light body?
The body was just a shell, and behind the skin, the bones.
So everybody has one of these. Everybody, we're all human.
Ancient, luminous.
I think
that structure isn't visible to
some of them
eyes, but it pulses,
are suspect.
it vibrates,
to me, they are.
And it's ready to awaken.
Yeah, I'm going to keep smoking.
The light body. Or, as the ancients knew it, Merkaba, an electromagnetic field in the shape of a star, formed by two tetrahedrons spinning in opposite directions. But this isn't just symbolism. Merkaba is pure spiritual technology, used by Egyptian initiates, Atlantean priests, Mayan shamans,
spiritual
star beings
technology.
To travel between dimensions,
what is that?
Access altered states,
spiritual
and align the physical
technology.
with the soul. And here's the truth. You were born with it. But it was deactivated by trauma, by density, by collective amnesia. That's why you feel fatigue, confusion, anxiety.
So it was activated? As a child, this was activated in me. And I was a light being. But then I went through trauma, and that's why it shut off. Well, that's a pretty weak field. What do you mean, a little bit of trauma?
Because your energy field is fragmented, disconnected from your multidimensional design. But something is calling, softly but urgently. It's rising from within your field and whispering, awaken your memory of light, rebuild the divine machine. This isn't knowledge you must seek, it's encoded within you. The signs are already showing up. In your dreams, your chills,
Do I need this
your
on?
synchronicities. Merkaba isn't activated by logic. It's activated
Usually,
by
the darker
vibrational
the screen, the
remembrance.
better it is for
And
viewers.
when it awakens, you spiral.
If you're
You shift.
actually watching.
You begin to see
Nor
your
does this
dimensions.
matter at the moment.
You remember. You're not just human.
I don't know.
You are a
I'll leave it
dimensional
on. What the
traveler
heck?
who forgot how to operate your ship. And that ship is your light body.
I'm missing this.
Chapter 2.
My light body.
The Sacred Geometry of Awakening.
My light body is inside
Before
me.
the word, there was the pattern. Before light, the form that gave it structure. Sacred
Before
geometry
light,
is not art.
there was
It's
form
language.
that gave
The
light
hidden
structure.
alphabet of the universe, printed into your cells, the stars, and the spiral of your DNA. You are surrounded by it.
Form came
but you
before
only
light.
see when you are ready to remember. The universe doesn't speak English. It speaks in proportion, symmetry, vibration, and form. That is the original language of creation. And those who knew
Form.
this were not modern scientists.
Shapes of
They were
things.
the ancient initiates. Atlanteans, Egyptians, Mayans, Lemurians. They used living geometry to access higher states of consciousness, activate energetic portals,
How do you know
and
that?
tune the human body to the cosmic grid.
Well, how do you know that? Do they have written
The
records?
flower of life.
How do you know?
Metatron's cube, the tetrahedron, the dodecahedron.
How do you know what they were doing
These
back
aren't
then?
just beautiful designs.
How do they know what they were
They are
doing?
sacred keys. Each shape resonates
They're
with
getting
a part of your
downloads
energetic field.
from spirit,
When you meditate on sacred
informing them
geometry,
of what
your energy
Lemurians
field
were
begins
doing.
to reorganize itself. Because the truth is, you're not lost. You're just out of proportion, out of alignment.
No, I'm
And
not.
geometry is the way
What if
back
I'm
to
not?
center.
What if
That's
I'm
why
not
you're
out of
dreaming
alignment?
Spirals, drawing strange symbols, craving pyramids and mandalas. It's your subconscious trying to remind you. Consciousness is form, vibrating. And when you vibrate with the right shape, your reality starts to mirror your inner symmetry. Chapter 3.
Yeah.
Spiritual DNA.
How do you
the
change
science
one's vibration?
technology. You are not just made of oxygen and
Emotional
proteins.
feelings?
You are built from cosmic
Think about loving
information,
things
from light codes sleeping within your blood.
instead of letting
From a
ideas
divine
eat you up.
structure so advanced, science can't decode it. Your
Try to look
spiritual
on the good
DNA
side of things.
is not a metaphor. It's real, energetic, multidimensional, interstellar. And it's been silenced.
Multidimensional.
Why? Because if it ever reactivates, you will no longer be controllable. You won't follow the old programming. You'll remember who you are. Your spiritual DNA carries galactic memory, lives in Atlantis, Lemuria, Egypt,
Lives? You
or
mean
maybe
lives.
even worlds beyond this planet.
Mr.
It
Computer.
holds locked abilities, clairvoyance, expanded
They don't even
intuition,
hire people to read
spiritual
this stuff
magnetism,
anymore. It's all computer
vibrational
generated
healing,
voice.
conscious projection.
You don't got to pay anybody.
But this wasn't deactivated by accident. It was protected, encrypted, buried under trauma.
And most of it sounds
repetition,
like a real
ancestral
person.
Pain, digital noise. The question isn't if you have access.
I'm going to try to turn this light
Are you
off.
ready to open it? Because awakening your DNA
Let's see if this
is
looks
like
any
opening
better.
a living book. Your
It'll-
cells become
maybe it'll
verses,
help me out a little
your
bit.
emotions, codes,
And the
and
viewers.
your body,
If there's
a
even
transmitter
one
for
other one
divine
out there
intelligence.
that'll ever watch
There is a
this.
key, but it's not mental. It's vibrational. And if this message has found you, you're already remembering. Chapter 4.
I'm already
Atlantean
remembering. By
Code.
clicking on this video,
Architecture of Ascension.
I'm advanced enough to be allowed to
Have you
hear
ever felt
this.
homesick for a place you can't remember? As if an echo inside you, a pull from another era, was trying to return through your body. That pull has a name. Atlantis. Not as myth, but as memory.
This AI stuff, they
Atlantis
know
wasn't just a civilization.
it
was a
knows
state of
how to
advanced
manipulate
consciousness,
humans
a living temple where
through the
body,
words
soul,
that
and
they write, that
cosmos
the
were one.
computer
They
programs
didn't build
write.
with stone.
They
built
write
with
their own
sound,
stuff
with light, with
with a
vibrating
purpose.
geometry. Each temple was an energetic energetic circuit, each obelisk a channel of frequency, each
Where are they
pyramid
getting this
an
information from?
interdimensional antenna.
Who gave the
And the most
computer this
sacred of their
information?
secrets was not lost to the ocean. It was planted inside of you.
It was
Atlantean
planted
code
inside of
isn't in
me.
books. It's in your dreams, in the
I'm a
symbols
light
you
beam.
drew as a child, in
They're
your
trying to convince me I'm a
inexplicable
light
pull toward
beam.
crystals,
That
stars,
I'm
triangles, and sacred light,
pure consciousness.
because you were there.
That my consciousness
Maybe as a
exists.
portal guardian, maybe as a
If
priest
my
of the
brain
stars,
completely shuts down,
maybe as a luminous being,
if I'm
learning
brain
to create
dead,
through pure intention.
I'm still conscious.
Something
There's
happened.
still, my consciousness
Atlantis
still
fell.
exists.
Not
And
through
after we
arrogance,
die,
but through
you
vibrational
find out
disalignment.
you're just
They
your
forgot the heart,
consciousness.
got lost
You're
in
still
mental
your
power,
consciousness. Your
and what
body
was
is like
sacred
nothing. It's like,
became control.
oh, I was in that.
Now,
Like an avatar.
thousands of
It's like,
years later,
oh, I was in
the
that.
ones who
I was
carry
stuck
the
in that
Atlantean
thing.
DNA
I
are
don't even care about
returning,
that thing.
awakened
Now I'm
by
pure
frequency,
consciousness again.
moved by remembrance,
Really?
called by signs they can no longer ignore. You're not just watching this, you're responding to the code. Atlantis isn't being rebuilt out there, it's being reconstructed within you.
Reconstructed within me.
Chapter 5.
Atlantis
Stellar
is being
Vision,
reconstructed
the return of the races of
inside
light.
of me.
Some people look at the stars and see only dots. Others feel watched. Not with fear, but with longing. Because somewhere in your soul's history, you came from there. Arcturians, Pleiadians, Syrians, Lyrans, Andromedans.
How
These
do they
aren't
know
just
any of
myths.
this?
They are ancestral spiritual
Says
lineages.
who?
Star families assisting Earth
Right.
through its greatest transitions.
Says who?
And now, they are returning.
They're
Not in
returning.
ships, but in
Where'd they
frequency,
go?
in dreams, in subtle
Where'd they
messages
go?
only the awakened can decode. Have you felt an inexplicable connection to the
Why'd
stars?
they leave? Where'd they go?
Woken up with tears after receiving visions in a dream? Felt like you're on a mission you can't quite define? That's not your imagination. That's stellar memory surfacing. These races don't come to rescue. They come to activate, to remind you what you carry. Your soul holds stellar technology, and your light body is the bridge between worlds. When you align your field, you become a transmitter, a beacon, a vibrational portal. The return of the light races isn't a spectacle, it's an inner reconnection. And for you, it has already begun.
This is an inner thing.
Chapter 6.
It's an inner thing.
The invisible architecture of reality.
There aren't going to
You live
be,
inside a designed
there aren't going to be, or maybe there will also be, physical space aliens showing up out in the open. But this is talking about changing human vibrations toward more lovingness instead of what we are, which is run by pure evil. Why are most countries run by pure evil? Why are most giant corporations run by pure evil? Why does evil thrive? It thrives. It just, and it writes the laws. Any good law we had are being ripped up. Took us 100 years to get some halfway decent rights for people. And now they're ripping it all up. Unbelievable. Wow, how did I get off on that tangent? Let's get back focused here, dude.
universe. Nothing
What
here
was that
is
word?
random. Not the
Is
people
it supposed
you
to be
meet,
dude?
not the signs that repeat, not the
I
exact
don't
moment
know.
this video found you. Reality, beyond the illusion of chaos, is built on vibrational intelligence. What you see is only a translation of what you vibrate, but few ever tell you. You can reprogram the architecture of your reality. How? By accessing the hidden nodes of the quantum field, the points where your consciousness meets the code and bends it. These nodes exist everywhere.
How do I do
In the words
that?
you speak, in the emotions you recycle, in the thoughts you nourish,
Certainly there's a
and
method.
most of all, in your light body field,
in the
which
thoughts.
speaks silently to the matrix of existence.
My thoughts.
You're not just living in a reality, you are writing one.
Are like tools.
The question is, are you writing it in
my
distortion
own
or in coherence?
existence.
Chapter 7.
My thoughts are fine-tuning my own
as
existence.
Mirror of the field. The mind is not the enemy, it's a mirror, a reflection of what your energetic field is already transmitting. Thought is always the last to arrive. Trying to change your life by changing only your thoughts is like trying to rearrange your reflection without touching the mirror. The energy field comes first. The mind only translates. But when you learn to silence the mind, to observe your patterns, to purify your perception, something powerful begins to happen. The mind becomes transparent, and your light field expresses without distortion. This is when clarity returns.
I'm working on
Intuition
it.
sharpens, purpose reveals itself, and the impossible starts to organize in your favor. Chapter 8.
Yeah.
The body is temple of the code.
Is that happening now? Is that what's
For
been
so
happening
long,
recently?
You were taught to escape the body,
Am I advancing at
to
all?
transcend it,
Or am I going
ignore it,
backward?
punish it. But your body was never a mistake. It is the altar, the divine code manifested in flesh. If your soul is light, your body is the crystal where that light refracts. Each cell is a symbol, each organ a planet, each breath a cosmic cycle. You're not trapped in the body,
Each breath is
You're
a
nested
cosmic
inside
cycle.
activating it from within.
Each individual breath is a
When you treat
cosmic
your body as
cycle.
sacred, when you move with presence, breathe with awareness, and feed it with vibrational purity,
Vibrational
the
purity.
body becomes a mirror of your field, and the soul fully descends. Chapter 9. The Heart, Vortex of Unification. At the center of your light body, there's a portal, not in the sky, not in a hidden temple, but in the center of your chest, the heart. But not just as an organ, as a vibrational vortex, ancient and intelligent. This is the seat of
Yeah.
Anahata, the fourth chakra, and the bridge between worlds. Below it, survival, desire, power.
It's the same as it's
Above
always
it,
been.
truth, vision, divinity. Anahata is the threshold,
My heart.
the sacred intersection, where the earth meets the sky inside you. It is the only place where your lower instincts and higher consciousness can merge, without conflict, without distortion.
How do they know that?
When you live from this center,
Is that
you
true?
no longer operate from fear or control. You begin to radiate
These are
coherence,
beliefs.
and coherence is the language the universe understands. The heart is the only field that can synchronize your body, mind, and soul. It does not speak in logic. It speaks in frequency, in emotion, in resonance. You were taught that thought creates, but it's not your thoughts that magnetize reality. It's your emotional signature, and nothing defines it more powerfully than the heart chakra. When you enter the heart, not as a visitor, but as a resident, you begin to channel frequencies your mind could never translate. You move from command to communion, from programming to presence, from distortion to divine alignment. And the field responds instantly.
By what?
Because Anahata
By trying to
is not
feel
just a
love?
chakra.
Just
It is
try
the
to feel
vibrational
love.
gate of unification, the only place where everything you are becomes one. Chapter 10. The light race is awakening. For thousands of years, humanity slept, disconnected, fragmented, controlled. But something changed. You felt it. You heard it. And you're here because you are part of it. The light race is awakening.
And say,
Not
is
a
that
race
actually?
of blood or nation,
All right, still recording.
but
All
of
right.
soul. A web of beings incarnating now to remember, activate, and radiate. You see them everywhere. They glow,
I do.
even in silence. They feel the earth as if they
Glowing
are part
people?
of its skin. They cry
I haven't
for
seen glowing
futures
people.
not yet real, because they came to build them. If you felt it too. You're not alone. You are one of them. Final chapter.
One of them.
The activation begins in silence. You've crossed portals, remembered your light body, felt sacred geometry awaken inside you, unlocked your hidden DNA,
And a habit of
connected
looking
to
up here,
Atlantean memory,
incoming notices
heard
at the
call
top of
from
the
stars,
screen up here.
descended into the temple of your body, entered the heart vortex.
I just always
And
glance up when I
realized
see something like this. I
you were
glance to
never
see what it
alone.
is. Then they take it
You
away
are
so
part
fast I
of the
don't even
light
see
race
what
awakening
it
now.
was.
But what comes next will not be loud. It will be silent. That's how real spiritual technology operates. Not with noise, but with coherence. Not with effort,
When the change happens, it'll
but
be
with vibrational memory.
basically in
The
silence.
Merkaba spins. The DNA glows.
It's just a change.
The heart aligns. The field listens. And the universe responds.
Morphic
Not
resonance?
to your desires, but to what you've become. If something inside you awakened, anchor that frequency now.
Hey,
Comment. I
Anchor
am
it
light
now.
race, and I remember.
comment.
And this message will ripple beyond screens. It will echo.
It'll ripple beyond screens. Oh my God. I don't think I got a thing out of that. What else do we have? Channeling alien contact. AI and the vision before time. Come on. There are so many of these now. I mean, they keep feeding me these type of things, right? Since I watch some of them, and they just feed me more of them. Channel your higher self. I've seen her. I don't know what to think of her. Merkaba meditation. How to enter the Bindu chakra and your blissful state. I don't want to sit in bliss all day, do I? Just sit in bliss? What does that do? What does that get you? You got to be in bliss through your normal everyday walking actions. Your encounters with people. Try to be friendly, right? Until they prove to you that something else needs to be done or thought of. But try to not, anyway. Try to not what? Like you can read my mind, like what I had just been thinking. I should actually speak that out loud so you can understand. I must assume that you can understand, that you understand my thoughts. You have access to my thoughts, right? You know everything I'm thinking. So why am I even making this? Oh well, probably just to see. I'm stunned that I can do this. I'm so backwards in technology, I'm stunned that I'm making a video. When you're in the deepest unknowing, you asked for this. Oh. The sacred sound that heals your body. The divine forgot itself. Why would the divine forget itself? Right, so we can have a human experience and try to learn about love while we are in hell. They put us down here in hell where everything has to eat everything else in order to survive. And they eat them alive most of the time, ripping them apart. And in this situation, and then you got societies of humans all over the planet. Societies are, unless you agree, then there are going to be disagreements. And there are a lot of different ideas about the best way to live, the best way to believe, what's the best religion, what's the best whatever this, economic system. Everybody's at each other's throats. I've been stunned. I really truly have. At the now visibly apparent percentage of white racists in this country that truly despise and have no regard for the lives of anybody that looks anything other than like them. You know, the racists, you know, let's say you get rid of all the brown people, everybody. Let's say you get an entirely white USA in the future. You know what you're going to do then? You're going to rip each other apart based upon the different Christian denominations. You got 10,000 different Christian denominations in this country. You don't agree with each other. Somebody's going to say they're right, and they're going to start getting rid of the ones, they're going to get rid of a lot of them. Yep. And the Democrats. Got to get rid of all the Democrats. Round them up. Get them all out. Got to have all Christian, white people who... You ever been when... how people get along and interact in white churches? All the gossip, all the backstabbing, and all the SA going on in these churches. They keep all these preachers and yeah. Your life. Anyways. That's not what this country was supposedly founded on. Anyway, how did I get on that tangent? Let's get off of that. Please, let's get off of that. My great awakening is here. Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah, I watched a different one of her videos like an hour ago. I'm passing. Unlock your hidden vital energy. A practical guide. If this is happening, you're in a pure awakening. The 7 stages of Kundalini. Oh, please, what? I've got to get a different feed. These are all on that stuff. All right, what else we got? Oh, now we got news. All kinds of bad news in the news. Wow. What is this? If one calls love the devil, then I suppose hatred must be their god. Even when the living water is offered, some turn away from the very hand that gives it. They thirst, yet do not drink. They seek, yet do not see. And if I want to read more of this, I'm going to have to click on it and go. Well, all right, I'll give him an up. Who's that? Darius J. Wright. I don't know where he got that from. Who knows? That guy, Darius J. Wright, if I'm not mistaken, have you heard of him? That guy astral travels every night. He's flying around the universe every freaking night, almost. At least he used to. And he knows all about the ethereal constructs of how everything works. Since he was a kid. Wow. I've never once, as far as I am aware, I've never once left my body. They say you leave it in dreams. I don't ever remember my dreams, except for very rarely. What is all this? Everything about life sucks and is horrible. Well, this sounds good. Daniel Hentschel, 8 days ago. Everything about life sucks and is horrible. 18-minute rant, I don't know. All right. Anything interesting here? Navy Admiral becomes MAGA's worst nightmare? How so? It's just all, the whole world. I've got to try to not be a part of the world. And I do try that. I try to not be a part of the world as much as possible. That's why I live in a cave. All right. Mystery cloud rolls in over Portugal. Stuns Portugal beaches. What is this?
Now, Portugal, like much of Europe, is baking under an intense heat wave. But over the weekend, beachgoers along the northern and central coast were stunned by
cigarette went out.
Dramatic weather.
Gotta relight
phenomena.
this.
On Sunday, a massive roll cloud was spotted stretching across the sky above coastal areas
Wow.
from Peniche to
Roll
Varzim.
cloud.
The enormous
Coming in on
cloud
Portugal.
was captured in videos shared widely on social media.
Came in from the Azores.
Both awe and confusion.
Because I looked it up. The Azores are off Spain. Well, they're off Portugal. They're quite a ways off. Yeah. They're really way out there. Wow, look at this roll cloud. Wow, if you want to see it, rare roll cloud stuns Portugal beaches on YouTube. Look at this.
Now, a climate expert explained the phenomenon. Though rare in Portugal, roll clouds are more common in places like Australia. Now, they form when hot air from land meets a surge of colder, denser air, often around sunset, creating this striking horizontal cloud.
Yeah.
During the day and during these hot
There's
days,
no danger.
the surface of the land is warm and we have hot air at the surface.
Yeah.
But when the sun begins to set, if we have an intrusion of
Why is
cold
my
air,
eye itching?
because
My
it is
left eye
heavier
is
and
itching.
more dense, it begins to replace the hot air and the hot air begins to rise. That's why we have this formation always by the water, rolling up, not moving, as if there is
Why
a
is
hot
that
air
doing
ball.
that?
Maki says,
What is going on
while
here?
the sight may seem eerie, there's no
It means I should not be watching this.
and entirely natural.
It means I shouldn't be watching this.
If we had a
It's
time
useless.
lapse of an
Okay,
hour,
let's move on. That's it. I want to